Okay, thought I'd do a video because I feel like talking about stuff. So, it's been about, I swear it's been a month now. Almost 5 weeks ago, I messed my back up. Um, I think it had been kind of tight for weeks on and off prior to this. But let's see, I want to say it was on a Tuesday. I was at work and I moved a big, heavy pallet of bottled water by myself. Um, I knew there was a potential that I could mess my back up, so I took it easy. I just used my body weight, put my body weight into moving it rather than, you know, really forcing it. I still should have gotten help on it, but whatever. So I moved that from one end of the store to the other, and then my back was a little tighter than usual after that, but I figured it would work itself out on its own, and it did. A few hours later, I was okay. And the next morning, I got up and decided to walk about a mile down the street. Well, less than a mile actually. Go to a little cafe to get breakfast. Went to walk back. My back was really hurting me. So I stopped at a park bench to kind of sat on the edge and bent over and stretched side and side to stretch my back out. And that worked enough to where I could walk home. I should have maybe called my dad to come pick me up and give me a ride home. And I didn't do that either. So, gosh, I'm really washed out like that. I'm gonna go over this way like this. Oh, that's better. So then, yeah, so I walk home on my own, make it home on my own, and it's my day off, so I decided I proceeded to spend several hours, I want to say it was maybe 3 hours, on my back with my arms over my head, working on the exhaust system of my car. So that was interesting. It was a learning experience doing that, but I think that also contributed to this issue. The next morning, I woke up after doing all that work, and my left leg really hurt me. The thigh really hurt. My shin kind of hurt. So um, I thought, oh great, I've messed up a muscle. I've sprained something. So I was putting the heating pad on my leg, heating pad on my back, because my back was tight, but it didn't really start hurting yet. So I was doing that, and after a week of that, I thought, well, actually, no, it was a couple of days. After a couple of days of it really hurting, I made an appointment with my doctor. And I thought, well, I'll get, a steroid pack, and I'll take that, and that'll ease that pain or whatever, because I've done that in the past. Well, my dad's done that in the past, and that really helped him. But the last time I did that with a messed up back, it didn't really help, and it took about 3 weeks for my back to get over hurting. Gosh, this is getting tired of holding my phone up. Well, so I go to the doctor, I get that medication and some anti-inflammatory medication, because I was taking a leave and it wasn't doing a whole lot. I got prescription strength Aleve. That sort of helped a bit, but not really. So another week goes by, and I tell him it's not doing anything. And I forget what we tried, if it was another medicine or what. But I want to say it was 3 weeks until we decided I should get an MRI. Or rather, I decided I needed an MRI because I thought I might have done something really serious to my back. Because I didn't really have a lump back there anymore of a knotted muscle I could feel. And my leg was hurting more and my back was hurting more. So I get the MRI. Turns out I've got a bulging disc on my L4 vertebrae, which is pressing on the bundle of nerves, which goes to that leg. Now I've already got I want to call it paralytic myalgia, but that's not, paralytic is not the right word. Basically what I've got is, since I'm as fat as I am, the way my gut hangs over, there's a bundle of nerves that comes kind of out of the front of the front of your hip, comes out of the front of your hip and goes down to your leg. And when that gets compressed on me, the skin on the left side of my thigh goes kind of numb. So that's been that way for years. I'm trying to lose weight so it's not as bad anymore. Because when I was down around 220, it didn't bother me. But now that I'm up around 250, 260, it's a daily occurrence for me. So, but that aside, um, so I've got this bulging disc, and I go and finally see a spine specialist yesterday. Wednesday. So I see him Wednesday. He told me that I can leave it alone. It will heal on its own. That's going to take time. They can give me a shot that will kind of numb the nerves in that area, and I've got on another medication that also, uh, what do you call it? It basically, I want to say it soothes irritated nerves, but that's essentially what it does. But it's one of those things. I've got like a giant bottle of gel caps, and I've got to take them 3 times a day because this stuff has to build up in your system to do any good. But I got that. Oh, that's another thing. I also got some hydrocodone for my GP, and I was just eating those things like candy, and they weren't doing a thing. This pain was pushing through hydrocodone, full dose of hydrocodone, and that prescription strength Aleve stuff. So that's why I decided to get the MRI. But I'm still having to I'm doing the gel caps. I'm still taking the hydro because I was better with it than without it, but I'm taking a whole lot less of the hydro. So, did I get? I know I mentioned the doctor said this thing would heal on its own, because basically the disc he said it would dry up and kind of shrink back into place. He said if I chose to do surgery, which was also an option, it would give me relief sooner. I think he said it would give me relief sooner. But the issue with that is that if I went with the surgery, there's a greater risk of the disc slipping out again. Yeah. So, I really don't want to do surgery, because that's the other thing with that story that came out about Tiger Woods the other day, or maybe earlier in the week, which I don't think was entirely correct. They're saying he can't walk, he can't stand, he can't. He has to ride laying down in the car when he travels. That had me worried. I've had a lot of people tell me. I've heard so many different things the last week about this since my back's been fucked up. And I've heard one guy say, "Oh yeah, I had the surgery. I put it off for years. I'm glad I did it, or I put it off for a long time. I'm glad I did it because it really helped me." And I've heard horror stories about it too. I heard one guy say, if you get the surgery, your back will never heal. It'll always be hurting. So I I don't know, because well, I'm rambling a bit now, but I've forgotten where all I've gone. But Basically, I'm having trouble standing for long periods of time right now. I'm having trouble walking distances. I can't walk more than about 10, 15 feet without my leg just absolutely killing me. I'm to a point now where I'm in the bed right now, obviously, but I can lay on one side, I can lay on the other, but if I change positions, my leg or my back just absolutely hurt for a couple of minutes until everything settles in. And so there you have it, the midlife crisis. Just don't focus on the crisis so much. Sorry. It's a good thing for me if you want to go through that. The midlife enthusiasm. There you go. So, yeah. So I'm having problems with my back. Yeah, so I forget where I'm at now. Let's see. So, yeah, I go see a specialist. Actually, I'm seeing a specialist today, setting up a consultation so I can get the shot. And hopefully that'll help this thing. I've been off of work for a week now. I'm considering taking a medical leave of absence. I hate to do that to them, though, because I've been there for 4 years. I know the store really good. We've got a whole new crop of merchandisers in right now that don't know the store as well. Also, I'm one of the only people who is certified to run the Manaboard lift to get, like, the major appliances and the TVs off the higher shelves in backstock area. And I hate being off of work. I hate being off of work because I feel like I'm screwing them over. And which is also the reason I've been tired of working there for a while. I've been looking into getting another job, but I'm not getting any traction there. It seems like every place I apply for, they as soon as I apply for them, some story comes out about how they're having to downsize and cut uh, staff or cut positions or whatever. And I'm like, oh great, well, so much for that idea. So, but it's one of those things where I've been wanting to get out of it for a while, but I don't want to just straight up and quit because that would be unfair to them, and I feel like I would be really screwing them over. And if I had something better, a better job to go to, I would feel better about leaving it. So, but at the same time, I've worked with a lot of these people for almost 5 years now, and it's a tough thing to leave and to want to leave. Almost got a frame. Oh my god! So, but yeah, I mean, with that's another thing. I've been off of work for a week. I've lost 8 pounds because I'm not eating a bunch of crap 3 times a day. I'm eating a little bit of crap, maybe once a day. So I think that just about covers all my bases. Um, Sorry this video was a bit rambly, or if this video was a bit rambly. I just felt like I needed to get some stuff out. So if you've made it this far, I thank you for watching, and I will keep you apprised of everything that's going on. Bye-bye.